Hello and welcome to the More Cheese Less Whiskers podcast. My name is Dean Jackson, and today we're talking with Jonathan from FiKind.com. Chocolate, people. It's the favorite thing of everyone everywhere, except don't get too excited because it's dark chocolate. And I know for some people that's a game changer. But if you love dark chocolate, this is going to be an exciting conversation because they've got a really great business and there's a lot of lessons here to learn in the customer experience. We spend a lot of time talking about the first time somebody tries chocolate and the first 60-day experience to get them to reorder more chocolate and get them as a recurring, ongoing client. And they're doing a fantastic job. People just love, they love what they're doing. They love the whole story. You can check out their website and you can hear a little bit about the concept in our conversation today. So here we go. Jonathan.
Hey, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing really good.
So, Jonathan, where are you calling in from?
I'm in from Santa Rosa, California.
Santa
hour
Rosa.
north of the Bay Area.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, are you seeing all the smoke and everything, all the after effects of all the fires? Really? It's going all the way up there, huh?
Yeah. Last year, I was we had the fire that came through here. I actually I lost my home in that one, so I'm feeling for the people because it's smoky here, but I mean, for all the other people, I mean, man,
that's amazing.
It's something.
Well, I'm glad that you are out of harm's way, and we're here to hatch some evil schemes here. So,
yeah,
I'm looking forward to the conversation because I know a little bit about what you do, but I'd love to have you kind of tell the story here and where you think we'd like to focus our attention today.
Definitely. So we make a sugar-free raw chocolate. As far as I know, nobody does everything that we do all in one place, but we make a sugar-free organic raw chocolate for people that want to eat less sugar for really, any reason. But,
so you sell cardboard. Is that what you're telling me?
Cardboard.
I'm just teasing you because all the things that typically people think when you think you take out the sugar and you take out all the stuff and you call it chocolate. But I know that you have a gourmet, wonderful product. So I was just kind of teasing you there.
It reminds me of those memes that are like gluten-free, organic, dairy-free meal, and it's like a plate of ice.
Yeah, exactly. Right. That's funny.
That's about it. We use non-glycemic stuff, but we also grind our own cacao that we get from all over the world, and it's actually a very powerful superfood when it's not processed in the way that maybe the more modern traditional way, if you will.
Right. And so what kind of rave reviews do you get about what do people love about it the most? Is it tasty? Is it
Yeah, so that's really it. I mean, we get people that everywhere from people that haven't eaten sugar in years that are just thrilled that they can have something that they can enjoy. But the other thing is people that were into like really high-end chocolate that stopped eating sugar and they miss it. That's kind of where we kind of fill in because we're not just a sugar. There's a lot of sugar-free chocolate out there. It's a very competitive business, but no one's doing it to the tune that we are, where we're really refining it, really going for more single origins and sourcing from single countries and all that.
Yeah.
So I mean the feedback is everything from naturopathic doctors that are thrilled they can recommend something to their patients to individuals. We had a recent one. It was a mother. She was a doctor herself, and then she had an autistic child that they got off all sugar, and it was really improving things for them. And that was like the one sweet that they let them eat. So we get stuff like that, but then it's also people that are just that might, have diabetes or something like that also.
Right. So it's for the people who can't eat anything else. This is really like a perfect thing for them. Right.
Totally.
I
Yeah.
love
And
it.
then there's people that are just eating a ketogenic diet for maybe they're, bodybuilders, or they're, doing like the bulletproof coffee thing. That whole thing, there's people that are in that niche as well.
Mm-hmm. And so it's keto compliant too?
Yep. That was sort of my motivation for it, for creating it was that's kind of where I went with my own way of eating. So stopped eating sugar.
Keto's really gotten a publicist in the last couple of years. That whole it's become very, very popular.
Sure has, yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of like the buzz now. So how what's the primary thing that you sell? Like, what, I know you have a whole range of different things, but what's the primary staples?
Yeah, primarily it's our truffles. We have truffles that have MCT oil and all this great stuff in there. And then we have bars, but I would say our primary is our truffles, as just hands down, because they're the most unique.
And you sell direct, or through stores or restaurants, or?
Yeah. So when we first started, I say when we first started, but it's been 4 years of attempts and 2 years of actually making it, right? And we started off wanting to only sell in stores, like wholesale to grocery stores, and thank goodness we found the internet, and we found we decided to go direct, and it was kind of by accident, but the whole reason I found you and all their wonderful information is we started the online website. We found out that people actually, wanted to buy chocolate online, and we didn't do any marketing for the first month or two, but people just kind of found us through organic reach or whatever, social media and stuff. And then I was like, how do we kick this up? But now we're like 95% online. We're still in a couple select stores, but it's not a priority anymore, where it used to be like our main focus.
Okay, so you're really, one of the great things here is selling direct online gives you so much more control, and it's such an easy thing to, logistically, you got a long shelf life, you can ship easily, it's not that expensive to ship. So there's so many great things going for it, that's a smart move. Now, what I'm interested in is how much of your business is what we would call after unit business, meaning repeat. If I were overlaying the model that we have, the 8 profit activators, if I were overlaying that on your business here, I would consider everything up to the time somebody makes their first order as your before unit. That first order experience there being your during unit, and then the repeat business being your after unit. So how much of your business right now is repeat business?
It's grown to about 15-20% at this point. We to be quite honest, the whole summer we weren't doing anything to communicate with our customers, to bring them back, remind them that we existed. And about 3 months ago, we started sending emails again, right? And we had people that were literally like, "Wow, we haven't heard from you in so long,"
Right.
So after that, I mean, once we started sending just 4 emails, not even necessarily to sell a month, we've gotten it back up. The first month it was like 20%, and now that we're sending them regularly, we're kind of around 17%, something like that. I think right now is our
Listen, that's
is about what
where
we're
this
getting.
is where all of the value um, is going to build in your business, is building this as a brand with repeat. With customers that continue to buy and buy again. Do you have any continuity programs? Do you have any
We do.
chocolate?
We
Okay,
do.
good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we just started that in July, and that's been the most profound thing. I mean, that's why this, as far as well, I'd say revenue and profitability, this is gonna be probably our best month we've had, just because we've been accumulating since July this recurring.
Yeah.
Uh, we've created a subscription box where it's only chocolate that you can get in the box. It's not sold anywhere else. It's specials made every month that are tuned to the season.
Yeah.
And once they're done, and that's
And you got a story around them and all of that. That's great. So and you got the baseline thing of it's sugar free and raw and all of the good stuff that it's got going for it. And how much does your average customer spend? How do you measure what metrics do you track here?
Yeah, we track our average order value for first time, and then repeat. It's repeat customer average order value. I would say, I think it's like around in the $80 range. I don't remember exact, but it's in the $80 range. And the first time is about $50.
Okay. And so here's the thing that what I would suggest, like looking at the metrics here, is that once somebody gets that, once somebody buys for the first time, you've got now a visible client. You've got somebody who is familiar with who you are. They've experienced your product. They either love it or they don't. And some people probably love it. Some people might not, and that's okay. But they've tried it, and the ones who love it will continue to come back. And hopefully, you've got a product that more people love than don't. And it's something that people, often, eat just because it's not a meal replacement. It's not, there's no preparation. It's very easy to slide chocolate into somebody's life, right? In so many ways. So there's so many good things going for it that I think that the real value of your business is all after unit, is all building this list of people who have tried it. How many people do you have right now that have ordered from you? What's your customer count, would you say?
I want to say it's about 12,000.
Okay. So here's how we look at it, that of those 12,000, this is a metric that I would be looking at here. And this is knowable because it's happening right now, whether you're measuring it or not, is that you've got 12,000 people who at some point gave you money for chocolate, right? And sometimes sometimes with the first order, and never again. And sometimes then they bought again. And that's all we're really looking for, is how can we get that number up? Would you have a sense of how many of the 12,000 have made a second order?
Yeah, I want to say it's about 3,000, if I remember correctly.
Okay. So about 25%, right? If we take it like that. And on an annual basis now, one of the things that we want to look for is the asset that you have is this group of people who know you and have experienced your product. And the measurement that we want to take is, what is your return on relationship? And by that, we want to measure it in two different ways. This is what Profit Activator 7, Nurture Lifetime Relationships, and Profit Activator 8, Orchestrate Referrals, are all about. And so we want to measure two things. There's two ways that we get a return on our relationship with our existing clients. Once you've got them now, by and large, it doesn't cost you anything to communicate with them now by email, right? By email, by text, or by Facebook, however you are, they're in your world there. And but you've also got the opportunity to, because you're shipping product to them, you know their physical address as well. So you could do direct mail. But the thing that we want to measure as a percentage is what number of those, of the 12,000 came back in the last 12 months. So we're looking for our annual ROR, or return on relationship. And that means that of 100% of the revenue that you've done in the last 12 months, some percentage of it has come from people who were already in the family, right? People who are already on the books. And that number, if we're saying that of the 12,000, if it was 1,200 that have ordered again in the last 12 months, that your return on relationship, the baseline, would be 10%, right? You're at 10% return on relationship there. Now, what we also want to measure is how many people did they refer or introduce to your product. And I don't know whether you've got a systematic way of doing that, or even a way of tracking it or measuring it, but there's an opportunity there as well to track new customers that were introduced by your existing customers.
Yeah, I know that's happened, but that was when I did the scorecard. That was the one I scored, very low on that part, because I haven't thought of a way to track, or I guess I could do an affiliate program, which we do have, but haven't put a whole bunch of effort into.
It does not even necessarily. You don't need to monetize it. It doesn't have to be. I mean, most people are not going to be like interested in an affiliate program to introduce chocolate to their friends. Certainly there are going to be strategic business relationships where people can refer people in mass to you. But the 12,000 people, what we want to capitalize on is people saying, this chocolate is so good, you got to try it, or whatever. And it's happening. They're telling people about it. They're letting them try one of theirs, but then they're not, when they go home or leave that situation, they're not then coming to the website and ordering the chocolate, right? But if you had a gift card that you could give to your clients to give to their friends that they're introducing it to, because chocolate, if it's in a big bar like that, chocolate is one of those things that is easy to share, right? You're predominantly, you're going to feel like, that you're going to feel good that you're sharing chocolate with somebody. If you open up chocolate at work, you're all of a sudden the most popular person in the office, right? Or in the meeting or whatever, you're sharing love that way, right? But if they had a way of introducing people that you could monitor, track, that would be a good thing, because I say it like all referrals happen as a result of conversation, and that in those conversations, you're especially people who are consuming chocolate, they're consuming your product. They're probably consuming it with somebody else. It's a good chance.
Definitely.
Yeah. And so the conversation is going to come up. And I imagine that they're saying great things and people are saying, oh, I love that. But then you're not really, you don't know who they are unless they then connect the dots and come and on the how'd you hear about us box on the order form telling you that they were referred by a friend. How do you track it? How do you track it now?
Well, we'll get an email every once in a while from a customer that's like, I just told all my friends. That's about it. We don't have really any way of tracking it. Quite honestly.
Okay, so that's there's a big opportunity for you, because that's where the majority of your business is going to really thrive there. You want to really capitalize on that after unit. Now, and the goal, of course, of the during unit is once somebody makes their first order, Profit Activator 5, that's the core during unit, right? When they order, they get the chocolate, the unboxing, that first taste in their mouth, that confirmation moment. That's the time that you either hook them or they're like, that's not like a Twix bar, that's really right. Some people, that's what's going to happen, and that what you want to measure now is by instituting something in Profit Activator 6, some after sale service here, some after sale focus with a goal of graduating people to that second order. That second order is what catapults somebody solidly into your after unit.
Got it. Yeah, I like that. And
one measurement, the measurement of it would be how many do you graduate, right? So if you say that, right now you've had 25% of the people make at least that second order at some point, and I don't know whether that's accurate. You're that was your best guesstimate, I think, from what you told me. But measuring that is in that first 60 days, what would be if you made a focus on it, what would be the graduation rate, the success rate of getting somebody to make a second order? That would be a valuable thing.
Definitely. Yeah, when I look, because I've looked kind of back at different windows, when I look at the summer when we were sending no emails, it was like a 11% repeat rate.
Right.
It's the past 60 days it shot up, but it's because people haven't heard from us in a while and they just remembered us again. So
right.
Yeah. I love that idea of getting, just that's something I've been really thinking about, maybe not executing on, but really pondering is how do I get, how do I nurture that second stage, like after they've purchased, without just coupons and, not that I'm opposed to it. It's just what are those other ways?
There's a more elegant way to do that, and there's something, where that's certainly a way where you can do not only the winning them back, but also then helping them spread the joy. Because if it's really good, if it really like sings on their tongue with their palate that this is like, oh my God, this is a dream come true. I've been waiting for this. Finally, something I can have, right? If that's true, they're going to be never more excited about it than the first time they discover it. Then they're meeting with their friends. They're talking to their friends saying, oh my God, I just tried this chocolate. That's so good. You got to try it. It's sugar free. It's raw. It's all blah, 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 all of it. They're telling about it. And pretty soon everybody's trying it. And then it's gone.
Right.
And that's a problem, right? We need to make it easy to share, to tap into that. It's already happening. So if you really make it easy, what if they got a gift card and a gift card, 3 other gift cards to give to their friends?
Yeah, that I love. That I love.
Right.
And that could be, and I like that you mentioned direct mail, because that's something else I've been thinking about. I mean, I feel like in the world where everybody is emailing, I feel like that would be probably a pretty special to get some sort of card or something like that.
Yes, of course it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, if that's the thing, if you're giving people a golden ticket that they can give to their friends, that's kind of a really cool thing. Let's talk about your before unit, but I wanted to lay that foundation just to show you where we're going with this. That if we looked at it, that you had a business that got you get a new client and you have a 50% graduation rate into your after unit, and then your return on relationship in your after unit was 20%, you get a 20% return on relationship, that lifetime value curve just went up exponentially, right? If you've got those two things in place, if we can turn first time orders into a second order at 50%, and we can get 20% of everybody to reorder again, and that's not even counting the referral opportunities, just the lifetime value goes way up there. And I wanted to set that stage before we talk about the before unit, because I want to kind of suggest some things in the before unit that might seem scary. So what do you do right now to predictably get new people?
So it's basically just Facebook and Instagram advertising. I think that's about it right now.
And what do you? How much do you spend? What does it yield? What's the state of the union here with your Facebook and Instagram?
Yeah. The prices jump around because of the different temperature. Like Florida, for example, we don't get a lot of orders during the summer, obviously, because people are scared of it melting.
Right.
So we kind of hone in on certain states during certain times, but on average, we would spend maybe $15, and that's actually the higher, and that's sometimes it'll be half of that, but I'd say $15, and then get an average order value of about 50.
Okay. And that's great. So you can do that at scale. You can do that predictably, or what kind of scope are we talking about? Like, what would be, how much would you spend in a month on doing that?
So right now we're spending about, let's see, I want to say last month was 10,000. This month we're going to spend about 14,000, I think. Is where we're kind of on target to spend. So.
Okay, so you're spending 10 to 14 thousand, and you can make, and what does that bring in then on sales there? If you're saying 15, so about 330 to 45 kind of thing.
Yeah, 30 to 40. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's last month with email included, everything in there, we hit, I think, 55,000. In about a 10,000.
Yeah, I'm just
roughly
curious
about.
I just want to isolate the before unit. So for that, you're talking, you spent 10,000, and how much did it bring in? Let's say.
Probably about 45,000 back.
Okay. All right.
And
so
right now is very good. So during the summer we would spend 10,000 and get 30,000 back. So it just varies during different times of the year.
Have you ever tried spending 20,000?
No, not yet. No.
Okay. No. I mean, is it? Excuse me. I wonder, is that level of who are you targeting? Is the audience?
Yeah, it's very interesting what we've been doing lately, especially, and we are ramping it up to shoot for 20,000 maybe next month or the month after, because we've been branching out. We've been using lookalikes for like a year, but we've been branching out into like 7% lookalikes, which I was scared of using. Never thought that they would be something that would work. And we're doing these 7% lookalikes, and they're getting us better results than 1% lookalikes. So we're getting into like pretty large. I think I forget what a 7,000. I think it's like around 20,000, or 20 million people. So it's
right. So you could spend 20,000.
Cool.
I mean, that's interesting. You've got something. How many months have you been able to do that? Like, is that was that a fluke, or is that a pretty standard thing that you pretty much spend?
It's been stable since October of last year, which is a interesting.
Okay. So for a year.
Interesting part of.
Yeah. So I think, that would be what I would call a green light situation. That there'd be no reason not to double that. What would stop you from doubling that?
Basically making sure that our production is up to speed, and our delivery is still good. That's which we're working on right now, and with incredible results. That's kind of that's just it. Right now, it's been like nothing that's made sits around for more than a week, or that's just kind of how it's been lately. So anyone that gets our chocolate gets it very fresh, but it's also, as far as inventory management, we like to be fast with shipping.
Yes. Boy, this is great. I mean, I would want to see like how high is high with this. Like how much can you spend? What kind of margins do you have? Like how does that work out on your? Is that profitable for you to do it that way?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
It's yes.
Okay. So I think that part of what the great thing that you have then is you've got what is like a Goldilocks situation here, in that you can acquire new clients, new customers at scale at a profit. And
it's a cool thing, and I think that it's kind of rare for our industry, really. Right.
What do you attribute that to?
I think it's just because nobody's doing it like we are. Everything is very much handmade, hand decorated. or maybe in, I guess, our niche of the industry, but I guess we're essentially making a high end like European truffle, but without sugar, and we're grinding our own chocolate. So there's no one that's done anything like that, and I'm very surprised that nobody's come along doing something similar to us. But it will happen, but it hasn't happened yet. So I think that's part of it.
Yeah.
That it's just something that you can't get anywhere else. It's truly special. It's truly handmade, and our standards with ingredients are honestly better than, I mean, I'm eating this stuff myself, and I really care about what I put in my body, and I that's part of my message on, on social media and stuff. So people really, people really feel that from the messaging, I think.
Mm-hmm. Have you done any influencer relationships like that too?
I haven't yet.
On
I haven't
social
done
media?
That yet.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
Well, you've just got, this is all green lights here for you. So much potential.
Yeah.
I love it. You got here just in time.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is a good thing. It's really incredible. I mean, to tell you just a quick little story.
Okay.
1 year ago, like I said, things have been working well for a year. It kind of ties into when we opened up, we were talking about the fires. I was, I had less than $500 to my name. We were struggling.
Oh no, don't go away.
What's that? This is in October last year. And, we literally, can you hear me? Hello? There
we go. Okay, we got you. So quick little story.
Okay, all right, yeah. So anyways, I was, we had more bills than we had money, and we were in trouble in October, just big trouble, and we were spending I think $30 a day on Facebook ads, and that was scary. Mm-hmm. And I was like, well, we're getting $100 back. And I was like, I was asking friends and family for help and loans and all, whatever I could do to piece things together. And it wasn't working. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to just take this last bit of money I have, and I'm just going to start spending $300 a day on ads and just see what happens. And before I even had time to look at the results, that fire happened, lost everything else, and all of a sudden my business was taking off. It was most interesting. It was like a talk about burning the boats, right?
Right.
So it was from that point on. That's when things just started really taking off, and it's
that's awesome. Well, I just see I think you've got the potential to do that again. Instead of spending, instead of spending $300 a day, to see if you could spend $3,000 a day. It would be you've got, if it's that big of an audience, you maybe have that opportunity,
Right. I totally agree with you. Yeah.
You've already seen it happen once, and that's, I think that's an amazing thing. That would be the fastest thing. Now, because literally it's just, you've got a proven, whatever you're doing is a proven conversion process. Normally when I'm going through these things, I'm looking for where's the opportunity, right? Where's the breakdown, or where's the thing that we could do? And I was thinking that we might have to come up with something to get more people. But you're already doing it at a profit, which makes me feel great that let's turn that up and see how high is high here, because at the same time, concurrently to that, if we focused on the experience, right? Not just the order, but we focused on the experience from the moment they push the order button, that there's a big opportunity to focus on getting 50% of the people, like starting looking at our, what I would call like client multipliers, that when you get a new client, that if the experience right now is, here's your receipt and your tracking number and your, thank you, and your order will be there shortly. And then what happens from there? What's my experience as a client here?
Yeah. Honestly, right now, that's about you get to do that, and we try to get the order in a timely manner, and
then that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. And so imagine if just with email, just if we set up some simple email and one direct mail piece that went out to everybody, that over the next 30, 60 days, that we just made a concerted effort to get people to either buy more again and or refer a friend or friends to do the same thing. That if our goal in that first 60 days was to turn this one client, this new customer, into multiple customers, a repeat customer who also brought friends.
Definitely. I love that, because I know.
Yeah,
I know that's where it's at.
Snow. That's virgin snow, and it's also, you've also got, you've already acquired them, right? You spent the cost. The cost to get that reorder is going to be much less than than on the front end, right? And I would even say that if it's if it's limited capital, to deploy the capital on mapping out this process to get that to how high is high. What could we establish? Like if you look right now over the last 60 days, if you took the class of August, say, because they went all the way through August, September, and now November here, that if you take the last 60 days and you look at that number and we establish a target by seeing what reality is, how many of the people who bought in the last 60 days have reordered. That would establish a great baseline metric, and then look at what can we do to improve that number.
Totally. Yeah, I was looking at those numbers not like recently. So I mean, it's I don't know if it was the last 60 days, but I would think it rests around, I want to say 16%, something like that.
Yeah. Okay. And that's organic, right? So that's happening without you really focusing on it.
Right. It's not a whole lot of
yeah.
Exactly. Right.
And so you start to think about that now, is what would it be if you took the thing of, if you took the approach of, we're going to measure this granular experience from the moment somebody pressed order to the 60th day, and let's map out that client experience timeline, is what would be a dream come true? What would be the best possible outcome with that?
Yeah, best possible outcome is they would come back maybe twice. Maybe the first time they liked
exactly.
it so much, and we get them back at least twice. Yeah.
Yeah. But there's the thing, is that maybe that's, you start to, part of the real fun of growing like this is that you start to establish what are your proprietary metrics, right? Your metrics specifically for your business to guide and to look at the what's going on,
right,
and
right.
to guide your efforts. Because if you look at it, that's a if it costs you $10 to $15 right now to get a new client, that what would it cost to get them to buy again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And even if you look at that, when you look at if they have a $50 order value, you've spent, if we were just to make up a pie chart of that, you've spent $15 to or $10 or whatever it is, $10 to acquire them. You've spent whatever the cost of goods are, plus shipping to get it to them. You've spent that on that. And so you've got a gross, margin on that, right? Some amount of that $50 is your gross profit margin.
Mm-hmm.
And so that, even if you were just to take a piece of that and deploy it into getting them to buy again or refer a friend, that the ROI on those dollars is going to be big.
Right.
Yeah.
I think that's where everything should go. I think every last speck of resource we have, that's where it should go. That's really what I feel.
Because then that allows you to spend even more on the front end, because that that you've got not the $50, but that you've got some number greater than 50. The 60-day value is
right.
Maybe $100, or maybe it's $150 if they buy again and refer a friend, right? Like, we want to see how high is high here.
Totally. Yeah, I love the idea of the 60-day value and creating a goal for that. That's that's really valuable.
Yeah. I think that can be I think that can make a really big difference here overall for you.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, that's and I love that idea of I'm kind of repeating myself here, but the idea of doing something direct where it's they get something else from us that feels personal, it feels like a gift, rather than just come back, here's a coupon, see you soon kind of thing,
Yeah, right. And along with it, when you think about what they did order, that maybe you send them along with it, or in addition afterwards, a sample of something else that maybe they might like to try, even showing that kind of personal attention, right? I know you tried the whatever flavor, and if you like that, then this is the one that you might want to try next, or.
Totally.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. I love the idea. In the beginning, we did something like that, and I'm not sure why we stopped, but it's something we can definitely revitalize in some way. We used to put a little bag of our chips that we make. We make chocolate, like little discs. We used to put a little bag of those into the orders that didn't have our 70% chocolate bar, and say, here's a sample of our 70%, just to kind of, give them something else to enjoy besides what they were just expecting.
Right.
But delivering that separately probably has a additional value to it, wouldn't you think?
Yes, I do, 100%. I think so. Because you want to surprise and delight and value people, and so they feel like, wow, this is really special here. That it doesn't feel like a big, it doesn't feel like I ordered some chocolate from Amazon.
Right.
I've gotten into a really artisanal company with an owner and a mission and a story and all of that, a family, a community.
Right. That's so important, because we can have a story on our website about what we are, but we want people to feel what we are all the way through.
Yeah. And the only way they're going to feel it is if you really focus on it, and that's really the thing. I think that whole, going through and really mapping out that client experience timeline over those 60 days. Because if you look at it right now, there's nothing, right? And so you see doing anything is going to have an impact, And I think you've got so many great, certainly email, certainly there's things that you can get people to do that would be a win, even if it's getting them to come to your Facebook page, or if you have a Facebook, excuse me, a Facebook group, or whatever you want them to do, follow your Instagram feed, or to connect with you, stay connected on multiple channels.
Yeah, that's the primary thing we're doing. Is just, Instagram is probably our most active, but we have all of those different ways we're already reaching people.
And what are you doing right now for a Christmas offer or Christmas promotion or campaign?
So we're going to have for Christmas, we're going to have a Christmas box that's exclusive stuff that you can only get. It's all holiday themed rather than our core flavors. And then we're still on the fence on this. We're wanting to do some sort of our subscription box is also going to be holiday themed, but we also want to offer, especially our repeat customers, some sort of incentive or some sort of discount something to get them on board for our December box, because that's where it's going to be, all the really, it's probably going to be our most special and more curated box of the year. So something for people that don't want a commitment that's unique, and then something for people that would like to join us on a monthly kind of adventure, because these next couple of months are going to be, pretty much October through April are all opportunities for us to create something very special. And then
you look at it, right? So Valentine's Day and Easter and all of it.
Yeah, which is really cool. It's been cool for even just for my team and just for everyone, for all of us, because when we were just doing the same core flavors, it's like it kind of it's just the same stuff for us, and there's no excitement, and that lack of innovation and excitement, maybe it doesn't translate to the product directly, but maybe to our brand it does. So that's where it's been really profound to be adding the subscription box, where it's something special. It's not just buy one and have it shipped every week and save 5% or whatever. I didn't want to do it like that.
Right.
But
I think this is great. I think you got so much opportunity there.
I appreciate that. And that's a really, really valuable way to look at things, which I'm really grateful to have your input on, because it's that is everything for me and for my team. Is like, what are we doing for people? When we first started, that was what it was all about. How can we do more for people, than any other chocolate company? And now we kind of got a little busy, and now it's like now we're revitalizing that idea and that part of our mission, because doing it at scale is different, but we can still deliver something that other people don't in a more special way, in a more personalized way. So that's
Mm-hmm.
our desire. That's our focus.
Mm-hmm. I love it. I mean, it's so nice, to have I really enjoyed our conversations about it because you got a nice mature um, business. It's not you're beyond that startup phase. You're kind of scale ready now, and this is really, I think, just establishing what's going to be the rocket fuel of it. And I think it's
Absolutely.
establishing this. I think this little middle portion here, that first 60 days, can set the tone for everything. But the real thing to think about here is to really think of these as three separate units of your business. That's the way I always look at it, is that I would look at this 60 days, this 60-day window here, as one very specific, unit of your business, that the sole purpose is to establish that relationship, get them, so that they've tried or know about all of the different things that you have. Do you have a catalog or a owner's manual? That's another great thing too, is thinking outside of the box, and instead of a catalog, having a owner's manual or a something that elevates it from
We don't.
that. Yeah. Okay.
That's awesome. I love that idea, because anything like that, I really agree. Anything like that people that's tangible, because
Yes.
Everything's so digital that having something that you can hold in your hands, it just, probably why the free plus shipping offer works so well for many people. It's like,
sure,
to get something in your hands is,
yeah.
I have a collection of free books from different, marketers and whatever. And I love that there is something to getting that book, and you get that excitement about, whatever.
I mean,
that
do you
is.
have even if, I don't know how your product ships, but how it arrives, do you have, does it come in a nice package, or is it shipped in a like from Amazon?
Yeah, no, it's definitely not like Amazon. So we actually, because chocolate needs to be, our truffles especially need to be protected from the heat. This time of the year it's changing. We're about to be able to go to kind of cold weather mode, but our chocolate is, we put it in an eco-friendly, totally recyclable insulation. It's like a little, I don't know how to describe it. It's like a little flap that you open up, and then it's, it's very clearly printed that it's recyclable, which is important for a lot of our customers. And then everything, there's cold packs in there, and then there's the chocolate. Everything's neatly stacked and wrapped up in there. But as far as like information besides the packing slip, it's not there. So that's something I think we can expand on.
Yeah. Imagine if there's just one, a nice envelope that goes in with it, that has, that's a half of an 8.5 by 11 kind of size envelope, that inside has a little booklet and a little letter and some your next incentive, for their next order. I think that could be a big thing.
Totally. Yeah, that feels good. That makes me feel warm and fuzzy, because I think that's our doing what we do is we love what we're doing. We love the impact we're making, but it's like, if everyone could at least have that level of enlightenment, even if it, and as you said earlier, some people they are expecting a Twix bar, and that's okay, and that might not be for them. But if we can at least, we've had people that the flavor wasn't for them, but we took such great care of them that they refer. This is actually an interesting thing to bring up. We took such great care of them. They actually referred us to two of their friends who have become long-term customers.
Right.
I just kind of tracked it because I remembered the experience so clearly. And it's like knowing that that's possible, even if they didn't like it, but they were like, man, my friend might like it because they were a great company, regardless of how I felt about the taste.
That's exactly right. Yes.
That's everything. So giving more of that and translating more of that, I guess, without, well, I mean, obviously talking to the customer is great, but it's, putting that in our materials, putting that in our delivery, not only in our correspondence with the customer, if it's like for a customer service thing, I think that's really where it's at. You give me a ton of really great ideas for that.
That's awesome. Well, Jonathan, we've said it all, and we've only scratched the surface.
I love it.
There's so much more. That's great, but I think this is going to be I think this is going to have a big impact. I enjoyed it. I really did. I think you got a great opportunity.
Yeah. It's been a good talk, and really love what you're doing.
Yeah, me too. This is great. I really, this is kind of fun, right? This is my day. I get to sit here, and I've had, a couple already really great conversations today. So it's awesome. Let's stay in touch because I want to see the follow up here. I think I think we're going to have a really great success story here.
Definitely, let's do it. And how do I get you some chocolate if you like chocolate? That is.
Well, if I have your email address here, so when we get off, I will send you my address, and I would be delighted to receive some chocolate.
Awesome. All righty. Well, really, really good talking to you.
And while we're just so people can follow up, where can anybody listening go to get some chocolate?
They can go to fikind.com. It's PHIKIND.com, and we're on Instagram also, so it's just fikind, and that's where I usually am on Instagram. So you can probably find the most about us on Instagram or through our email list.
Okay, perfect. Well, there we go. Awesome. Thanks so much.
All right. Have a good rest of your day. Really great talking to you.
Thanks, Jonathan. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Take care. Bye.
And there we have it. Another great episode. Thanks for listening in. If you want to continue the conversation, we'll go deeper in how the 8 Profit Activators can apply to your business. 2 things you can do. Right now, you can go to morecheeselesswhiskers.com and you can download a copy of the More Cheese Less Whiskers book, and you can listen to the back episodes, of course, if you're just listening here on iTunes. Secondly, the thing that we talk about in applying all of the 8 profit activators are part of the breakthrough DNA process. And you can download a book and a scorecard and watch a video all about the 8 profit activators at breakthroughdna.com. And that's a great place to start the journey in applying this scientific approach to growing your business. That's really the way we think about Breakthrough DNA, as an operating system that you can overlay on your existing business and immediately look for insights there. So that's it for this week. Have a great week, and we will be back next time with another episode of More Cheese, Less Whiskers.